Hi, this is Kelly for Hues Arts, and today's card shows how to create your own backgrounds using some of the small images that come in our clear stamp sets. I will also be using 5 different colors of reactive inks to make the rainbow background. This is the Hues Arts Stamped Just For You 6x8 stamp set, and I'll be using the 3 small postage stamp images in this set to create my background. I'm going to mount each stamp on its own acrylic block so it will move along pretty quick. The first color of ink I'm using is Fruit Punch, and I'll start in the upper left corner and make my way across the cardstock panel. Start with stamping some of the images hanging off the edge and stagger the heights. Once you get this first row done, the rest is simple. Just keep the spacing between each stamp consistent and you'll end up with a background that looks like it could have been done with one large stamp. The next 4 colors I'm using are Lemon Drop, Key Lime Fizz, Blue Raspberry, and Blue Hawaii. Now I'm going to add a little interest to the background by coloring in some of the hearts. I'm swiping each color of ink I stamped with onto a laminated piece of paper, spritzing it with water, and then using a thin paintbrush to paint the hearts. Since these inks do react with water, just be careful not to go over the stamped lines too much or the colors could run. Now let's do some die cutting for the sentiment. I'm using the Hues Arts Hello Stamp and Cut set, which comes with a 3x4 clear stamp set and coordinating die. Make sure to follow the instructions for your specific die cutting machine, but for mine, I have my bottom plate followed by the magnetic mat. Then I'll place my cardstock and die face down, and finally I'll place the clear plate on top and run it through my machine. I will need 3 of these dies cut, so I'll quickly cut 2 more from this turquoise cardstock. I'm using the tweezers to poke out the negative pieces that were left in the die. And now I'm going to adhere all 3 of these words together using a glue pen. Just apply some glue and then carefully line up another die over the top, adjusting it to make sure the layers are flush. Then do the same with the 3rd layer and you end up with a nice sturdy 3D word embellishment for your card. I'm also going to use one of the coordinating messages that goes along with this die. I want to heat emboss the message, so I'll stamp it using Hues Arts Clear Embossing and Watermark ink. I've used an anti-static powder bag on my cardstock before I stamp to make sure the embossing powder doesn't stick to unwanted places. So now I'm just sprinkling on some white embossing powder, and then I'll heat set it with my heat tool. I've trimmed this piece into a strip and now I'm cutting some banner tails with my scissors. An easy way to ensure you get perfectly even banner tails is to make a slit in the middle and then cut from each corner to that point. Now it's time to assemble the card. I've created a top folding A2 card base from yellow cardstock. I'm going to pop up my background panel by using some strips of foam adhesive. Next, I'll use that same glue pen to adhere my word die. And I find that a tweezers is very helpful when working with delicate items like this die. Then I'll once again use some foam adhesive for the coordinating sentiment strip. Now for one final touch, I'm using a Jelly Roll Stardust pen to color in a few of the hearts. I thought a little sparkle would be the perfect finish to this card. And you can see the shine when I turn it in the light here. I hope you enjoyed the card and are inspired to find new ways to make a big impact with small stamps. Thanks for watching.